Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow with the Tier 8 Chinese Premium Medium Tank, the T-34-3. It is currently the only Tier 8 Chinese Premium Medium Tank that can be purchased. The other medium tank being the Type 59, this guy here, which can only be obtained through special events and codes, as of quite a long time ago actually. The T-34-3 does not have a similar playstyle to the Type 59. In fact, it is not similar to most medium tanks. This is due to the cannon that it is equipped with. That's the ammunition. Here we go. The 122mm D25TA is the same as ones you would find on Russian tanks. 175mm of penetration with standard armor-piercing rounds, and 390 average damage. The difference is in the premium rounds, right here. The heat rounds fire at 250mm of penetration on average, which is both better and worse at the same time. Normalization does not happen with heat rounds, so firing at flat surfaces is preferred, and spaced armor along with tracks absorb the damage often. It does cost 5,600 credits or 14 gold per shot, so it's actually quite expensive, but rate of fire, well, the low rate of fire means you probably won't be spending too much money firing the heat rounds unless enemies present themselves in an orderly fashion. Right, so anyways, the rate of fire is 4.17 rounds per minute with 0.46 accuracy and 3.4 seconds to aim the gun. Gun depression is only 3 degrees, or negative 3 degrees, so you'll have to be careful about that. Now I should mention the T-34-3 costs 11,000 gold, which is about the same as the Tier 8 Premium Heavy tanks. For example, the T-34, the American Heavy, which is this guy here, or the Lion, the German Super Heavy. And these actually seem to have, well, they don't have special matchmaking, so that's a plus on the T-34-3's side, but these guys make quite a lot more credits. The T-34-3 has 1,300 hit points with a top speed of 50 km per hour, 520 horsepower engine, and 46 degrees per second of traverse. The turret also traverses at 46 degrees per second with 380 meter view range. So it's slightly better acceleration than the Type 59. You still don't want to be weaving in and out and circling other tanks due to the reload speed of your cannon. At most, you will get one shot in before receiving return fire, and other mediums can put 2 or 3 shots before you're ready to fire your second round. So that's not good. You really have to plan out your shot, like getting behind or beside an enemy, and then having an escape route around a building corner, making sure that there are no other enemy tanks waiting for you around that corner as well. So it's kind of situational, but if you are in a pack, it's actually quite nice. You can hide behind other tanks and sneak out for a nasty 390 average damage before you return and or run away. Now the armor, similar configuration to the Type 59, but less. 190mm on the front of the turret, 120 on the side, and 60 at the back. Hull armor is 90mm on the front, 50 meters on the side, 50mm on the side, and 50mm at the back. If comparing it to the Type 59, it has quite a lot more armor on all sides, except for the back, of course, 45, but 45 and 50 isn't that much of a difference at the back. I probably shouldn't be comparing the T-34-3 to the Type 59 so much. The playstyles are very different. The most comparable would have to be the T-44, the regular Russian medium tank, equipped with the 122mm cannon, which you don't see many of those because there's a good reason for that. It's not very good. The T-34-3, however, does have a bouncy turret. It's a little bit taller than Type 59, but it can bounce. So if you get into one of those little shelled out areas, you might actually be able to be hull down and use that to your advantage. Equipment. Well, we'll definitely need everything that can help the cannon. The gun rammer uses a large caliber tank gun rammer because this is a large caliber cannon. Vertical stabilizer and enhanced gun lane drive is what I use just to keep that 3.4 second aiming time to a minimum. And now for some games. This is Runeberg. I am platooned with Konzo. He's in the T-44, but using the... I don't know which cannon that is, but it's definitely not the 122mm cannon. I'm going to head east towards the 0 line, where most mediums go, actually. And this is, well, on top tier, which is nice. And the worst that the T-34-3 can get by itself is tier 9s. Alright, so there's a comet that's been spotted going down the middle of the map. Looks like he is in the open, and it takes quite a long time. However, I still managed to get the shot in. And here's the reload. It takes quite a lot longer, and that lets the comet escape. So, there you go. I did deal quite a lot of damage to the comet. Just not ready for that second shot. Gonna poke out here a little bit, see if I can get another spot on the comet, but obviously I am behind all those bushes, and I don't want to go out any further because I'm afraid I'll get shot in the side, and it's not good getting shot in the side in these tanks. You usually get the fuel tank or the ammo rack, either going up immediately. Oh wait, here's one of those Scout Panthers. Right, so either you get set on fire immediately, or the fuel tanks get damaged for an easier fire in the next shot. Just taking a look around, see if there's any targets that I can get a shot on. That comet is around there somewhere. And actually at this point we should probably, since there's a lot of us here, push forward. But there we go, there's a Type 59. I'm gonna see if I can sneak a shot in. No, unfortunately not. And an enemy STA-1. Now there we go. Can definitely penetrate that guy. And it looks like he's just running all the way in. And this time I get spotted. The comet is also spotted down there. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, there we go. He's getting... well, he's going to put some shots in on me. And that was an incredible shot into the turret of the comet, which I actually doubted would penetrate. The comet does have a fairly good turret. It's still firing at me, so... target of our opportunity. I wasn't actually trying to aim for that E2 there. Just happens that my cannon was pointed in that direction, and looks like most of the enemy team has thinned out on this side. I'll admit we should have probably pushed a lot earlier. There is an IS-3 next to our base already. But there's not too much pushing you can do in one of these tanks. You do need backup. And okay. Oh, a Panther. Now that actually does have enough penetration to cause some harm. But it doesn't look like he's too interested in taking another shot, which is interesting. Okay, enough of that. I'm gonna head back to base. There's Object 416. And was that, an MX AC-46, which is ready to hit anything there. I'm assuming it's an IS-3 in the cap because that was the last thing spotted in that location. So I'm going to switch to HE rounds. IS-3 does have quite decent armor. But 122 millimeter caliber HE rounds still deal quite a significant amount of damage. And I'm being very timid here. I'm going to let the Object 416 spot. And looks like the IS-3 is hiding. Of course he is. So I was too. So I'm gonna just move in right now, switching to heat rounds because I definitely don't need to reset anymore. And we'll see what I can do. Right, IS-3. I'm not gonna fire on the move because, as you can see, the reticle is gigantic, and I take a shot for it. Well, that's okay. There we go. And that's the gun depression. I'm actually raised up a little bit. I put a shot into the rear, which I probably didn't need heat rounds for. And IS-3 gets taken down. Now for the, well, actually not yet. Let's see, SU-122-44 is AFK. So what do you do with an AFK target? Track him, and then you'll get assistance damage while everybody else is putting in damage on that target. Unfortunately, he's got a actually decent crew in repairs, so the killing blow didn't actually net me any points for that. Now the best part about this cannon is the alpha damage, which can one-shot artillery, or most of the artillery that you will meet, which is really nice. I wasn't actually expecting that Hummel to be there, but there you go, I got him. And there's the Crusader SP. Not gonna be fast enough. Here's one of those artillery shell hits which can come in handy. Maybe not that specific one, but it looks like that. They look like that. That was 1,070 points of experience earned, high caliber and Confederate, which is kind of nice. 3,476 damage with 2 kills. 10 shots fired, 10 hit, 10 penetrations. I did actually bounce a couple of shots from the Comets, 280 damage, not too much. So, let's see, credits, 91,000 credits earned with a premium account, non-premium 54,000. And now for some extremely bad matchmaking, because I am platoon with Konzo and he is in a regular tier 8 medium tank, which can see tier 10, and it looks like we're not gonna be doing so well. So I'm gonna head north. Konzo is coming with me, but it doesn't look like there's too many other tanks that are coming with. The T-30 is going up into the sniping position. Object 140 is going on the outside. I wonder if he's gonna cut back around. And the rest of our tanks are gonna head down to the 9 line. See if I can do anything there. It's not exactly a great position that we're going to go in. There isn't much backup, and only 1 artillery. So first things first, what you want to do is try to scout out a bit. It does have the same 175mm penetration that the T-44 gets. So T-44 drivers have to put up with it. Why can't you? It's not that bad actually, especially when you can get around on the sides. Obviously any 100 or mouse is quite a lot harder. And it is at this point that we decide we're gonna go behind some solid cover. Otherwise we're probably gonna get shot at a lot. So there's a T-34 that somebody spotted. Yeah, Object 140 probably spotted that. And I'm gonna grab some cover behind this rock. And now it's the waiting game. The T-34 we know exists and is there. Don't know what else is gonna come on this side. There's a tree. What is it? It's a Lorraine, which is quite nice because low armor means I can deal damage. And to a Tier 9 vehicle as well. And now there's a couple of more tanks. The T-34 is there, AMX 5100, and a Centurion 1. So I actually took a blind shot there. Don't want to get exposed for too long. Centurion 1 is coming around. And fortunately for the two of us, the artillery on the enemy team is not concentrating in this location because it's just two Tier 8s. And there's the Centurion 1's turret, which is actually quite strong against 175mm penetration. Still doesn't look like we're gonna get too much help. The T-34 is there. Looks like he is in a decent position. And I'm trying to spot him, but it looks like the Centurion has slightly better cover than I do. Oop. Tried to get a shot on the Lorraine. Unfortunately, there is a bit of terrain there, and my track saved me from a shot from the T-34. Konzo gets taken down, and I suppose that position wasn't as safe as he thought it was. And now I'm permanently spotted, which is both good and bad. Good thing is, artillery isn't firing in my position. Bad thing is, they know exactly when I'm going to poke out, and due to this position, which I have unfortunately taken up, if I want to go out and take a shot, I actually have to go upwards slightly, and that means the gun depression not so good. One to the side of the Centurion, and the tracks eat it. Which was unfortunate. I would have liked to deal that much more damage. But it looks like the team, or our team, has successfully pushed through into a better position to surround the enemy. And I am now permanently spotting the Lorraine, but I wish I could be spotting other things. Ah, there we go, there we go. Centurion 1 and the T-34? Yeah. I'm gonna poke out, and there you go, can't actually fire. Now it is at this point the artillery, I'm hoping the artillery on our team is going to look in this position. There is quite a large amount of enemies here. There goes Lorraine, there we go. Artillery just manages to splash the two tanks there. T-34 is just gonna wait there, I guess. And this is another benefit of having this 122mm cannon. It looks like none of these people want to get shot again. Now I can understand the Lorraine bugging out because, well, actually I can. It's because the Lorraine doesn't have much health. But any one of these guys could have come around, taken one shot, and then killed me. But they're not. Alright, there we go. Some artillery, some more artillery fire. T-34 takes a shot, and I don't know what he was thinking. Didn't even back up. He just waited there. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure the T-34 reloads faster than I do. Ah, here we go. He's coming. There is no way that he's gonna go down without getting some damage, I suppose. I'm just gonna wait for my tracks to repair. And now, the bounce. For that little bit of extra damage that I wanted to do, which was too bad. So I did get some assisted damage, 345 for the Lorraine, and 891 on the Centurion. 834 experience only, with 1,178 damage done to the enemy. 8 shots fired, 6 hit, 4 penetrations, 53,000 credits earned on a premium count, 31,000 non-premium. And that was actually a rather boring match, but it does show that you can do something even in Tier 10 games. And also hold up some fairly, well, the Tier 8 heavy tanks, or regular Tier 8 tanks really, that are actually much better tanks than the T-34-3. And you can hold them up because of that high alpha damage. If it was a Centurion, they might have actually come around because it only does 230 average damage. Other medium tanks that have less might have been swarmed quite a lot earlier. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in future videos.